Alright people, how we doing? Fucking wild night out there, innit? I was meant to be got to karate now, but I'm like, night off mate, it's got to be done, innit? Fucking, I had to go to my kid's doctor's today. It was only a 15-minute walk down the hill, like drowned rats by the time we came back. Know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm not getting out in that. I've got my other class tomorrow. It's the first time I've been back there since I injured my shoulder. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be during the day as well, so fuck it innit man. It's better to do it during the day man, see when it's late at this time man, you just want to fucking stay in, eat shite into your play your computer, talk to your missus, fucking I don't know what I mean. Whatever you're doing in the house, watch Netflix. Uh, so I don't know if any's noticed, but my podcast with 5 was on Sunday night. It's on for nearly 3 hours. It was the first one I'd done where I had actually sat face to face with somebody. It was actually quite a good experience, if I'm honest. I received a lot of positive feedback about it, so pretty happy with it. Received a lot of positive messages as well from people. As I keep saying, I never thought this channel would ever do this well, or people would ever want to listen, like, or actually identify with what I'm talking about. It just shows you, but man, you're your own worst critic, you know what I mean? So thanks everybody. Uh, got my tickets booked for the 5 fight with Jasper. Me and Christopher are gone. Hopefully he's got to fucking lay him out, you know what I mean, as you do, you know. Be a good night, so got to get a diary man, the amount of things I've got like on this year, it's like getting a bit hectic man, it just feels weird to be going to all these events and speaking things and like I just see good things coming of this man, it's just pure weird, it's almost surreal. Um, But do you know what, man? Fucking good, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's been a long time coming. It's the good karma kicking in. Do you know what I mean? But what was I got to say? I was got to. I thought I'd come on and talk about. Some people are commenting on how they're watching my videos and they don't know why I was in prison, right? Now, I just assumed everybody who had come on my channel just assumed that they knew why I was in prison because they've watched me on Ricky Killian's, they've watched me on Sean Atwood's or 5 or wherever, right? I just assumed this, right? So I realised obviously I've not made any videos about why I was in prison. So I thought while I've kinda not been on in a couple of days, just cause of some stuff happening and that, um, I thought that I would come on and just day one the day. Do you know what I mean? So I've only ever had 2 prison sentences my whole life, right? 4 years and 16 years, right? But I've actually served almost the whole sentence of both of the sentences because I did the recall as well. Listen to that rain, man. Glad I didn't go in that. So when I was 15, I was charged with abducting 2 social workers who were taking me to a children's home, and the reason that this happened was because I was going with this lassie, right, and I was staying in her house, and I had been drinking. There was this guy who lived in her area that I was just looking, I was really looking to hurt him. I had been like giving him funny he was older than me, but he was always shouting shit in the background when I'd phone her. He was her big brother's pal, right? He was about 19, 18 or something. I was 14, 15, right? And he used to shout shit in the background when I'd phone her and he was there and I was like, I'm killing you, man. Not literally gonna kill him, but do damage to him, right? So I had been like giving him funny phone calls and slashing his tyres and putting a brick through his fucking windscreen, all this shit, right? Now, the last year I was gone with her ma knew this boy and his whole family, and they were trying to kind of say, like, what's all this about and all that shit, but I just wasn't listening. I was just telling them one thing and doing the other, know what I mean? So, one Friday night, I'm about 15-year-old, right, and I'm looking out the room window as I was drinking vodka. He's across the road helping somebody fix a motor, man, and I'm just sitting pure. When I take my eyes off him, see the more I'm drinking, the more something's building up inside us. I'm just like, you're getting done. And the lassie I was gone with, her ma, like she seen him and she knew I was going to do something, so she wouldn't leave my side. And I kept saying, just go in the living room, it's alright, I'm not going to do nothing, but obviously I was just trying to get her away because she knew I wouldn't have went out if she was there. So she wouldn't leave my side, and then it's turned out that I've just started arguing with him. I was just an angry wee guy, man. And when I've started arguing with them, they've said, phone the social work department, tell them to take you home. So I'm like, right. Or they phoned them, can't remember. Social work have come out and they told me to get in the motor, but I've put a kitchen knife down my trachea tap because I always carried, because I was always gang fighting back then, and I had been stabbed more than once and been in hospital for operations for stab wounds, more than once. The first time I got stabbed I was 14. I had to get 80 stitches and all that, so it was very seldom I went out without a weapon, know what I mean? So we're in the motor and we're driving up the East Kilbride Expressway, but on the whole way there I'm just being a wee horrible bastard, know what I mean? Just pure kicking off in the motor and asking to get dropped off at my pals, all this shit. And they're like, no chance. But I've been kicking off that much. The driver has ended up taking the right fucking hump ways, know what I mean, as you can imagine. And she pulled the motor on and says, if you're not going with us, get out the fucking motor, know what I mean? Like shouting at me and all that. And I'm looking about on either side of me in this motor, and there's just trees, fields, there's no, it's black as fucking 2 in the morning, know what I mean? And I'm just like, I'm not getting out here. So she's like, if you're no coming with us, get out the now. So I'm like, right, I'll go with yous, but I had no intention of ending up where I was going, because I didn't know where I was fucking going, know what I mean? And they've started the motor up again, and I've just pulled a fucking kitchen knife out and said, turn this motor around or you're fucking getting this, know what I mean? So they've turned the motor around and I've said, drive fucking back the way we've came. So we're driving back the way we came, and I heard a beeping noise, so which I assumed to be like a tracker or something. So I'm slashing all the seats open, all the back seats, the fuck everything, man. I was like, is there a fucking tracker in here? So we're driving for all the way back to the way we came, and then I've instructed them to drive to where my pal lived, and as we've got in the street, there was a fucking police motor in the street, looking for somebody by sheer luck, and the two social workers just two of them just fucking bailed straight out the motor and just ran right up to these coppers, right? And I'm just sitting there, like, didn't even try to run, hide, nothing, just sat there. And they've ran up to the motor with the battens above their head, like, where's the fucking knife, where's the fucking knife? And I'm like, there it's down there, pointing down at my feet. And they've obviously cuffed us, took us to the police station, charged us and all that. I've went to court and been remanded. But because I was only a schoolboy, I was supposed to go to a secure unit, but there was no spaces, so I was in Berlin reception in the dog boxes for about 5 hours or something, and then got took to Longregend for 7 days. While they had to find me a space in a secure unit, right? So when I was in Longregend, which is, for some of you that don't know, it was just like Pullman, but for remands. It wasn't convicted wiles, it was remand wiles, right? And for every crime you can think of, murders, whatever, right? And I was in there, and then when my 7 day remand finished, I got took to Kerlaw Secure Unit, and I got what's called, back then was called a fully committal, which was like you're remanded for 3 months, 110-day remand, but to get prepared for a trial, right? So that was how I actually ended up in Kerlaw. And when I was in there, it took to 3-4 months to go to trial. I ended up pleading guilty, but to the abduction, and it actually turned out in court in Glasgow High Court that one of them had tried to activate excuse me, one of them tried to activate a panic button or something. Hello. And I got 4 years for that, right? But I went back to Kerlaw in November 98. I'd put in to move to Pullman, right? Never mind him. I'm waiting on an Amazon delivery for Aspen bedding, so he's fucking stuck to my horn now. Don't want him disappearing in drawers and fucking doing units and all this shit. So in November 1998, I've absconded for that home visit, right, when they were taking me to Pullman, and that was when I done the video about getting chased with armed response and that. Oh, sorry, excuse me. One day I'd like to do a fucking video without yawning, man. So, went to Pullman in November 98, and I was up there until I was meant to get out in July, but got out in October 2000. And when I got out in October 2000, I should have been on licence until February 2002, but I actually got recalled in 2001 for stabbing somebody who had fucking smashed me all the head with a pickaxe pole. Had to get staples in my head and all that, so I'd caught up with him a week later, stabbed him, and got charged with assault to severe injury, permanent disfigurement. So that was the charge they used to get me off the street, right? And then I went back to Pullman in June 2001 and was meant to get out on the 12th of February 2002, but what ended up happening was, on the day I was meant to get out, I got fucking charged. I got hit with another indictment for 3 serious assaults as part of one indictment. So I was fucking off it, mate. Went to bar. I was doing bar for my 7 day lie down, and then got out after the 7 days on bail. But funnily enough, when I got out in February 2002, this has got to sound a bit convoluted. See, the stabbing that got me recalled, that didn't, that indictment was still live, and then the ones that actually got me detained when I was getting libbed, that get dropped. The one that had the 3 charges on it, that get dropped. But the one that got me recalled, I went to court for that and got probation, and it was when I'd been out for a year and 7 months. I got into a fight outside my local pub with 2 older guys, and I had a pool ball and a golf ball and a soak. I started arguing with one of them, and he's punched us, right? We were all drunk, and this fight's kicked off. I've whacked one of them right between the eyes, and this big fight's kicked off. People have come out of the pub, helped us and all this shit, man. It was just a pure rumble in the jungle, man. It was fucking, you know what I mean? Because they weren't running away for us or nothing. They could have ran for us, but they were heavy going for it. But it was, you know what I mean? There was about fucking 10 of us fighting these 2 older guys, right? It was madness. And eventually we've overwhelmed them because there was too many of us. Okay, bastards. See him, man. I'm going to kick you in the balls. Oh, fuck off, man. Get. Move! Wee bastard, man. So, when all this is happening, we've just overwhelmed them. There was too many of us, right? And we're just whacking them with balls and fucking fuck knows what. And then, ended up, I've left the one that punched me. I left him on the ground and whacking him with a pool ball and a soak, and I've ended up walking away because he was bleeding faceid in his face and all that. I've walked away and I've got across the road and I heard him screaming, and I turned around to see why he was screaming, and I seen a younger boy, one of the wee guys, stabbing him. So the police have came. They've caught 4 days. The wee guy who stabbed him was one of them. He was caught. 4 days got took to a police station, charged with attempted murder and serious assault. So I get remanded, and eventually that's how I got my 16 year, because I was classed as kind of a repeat offender, because obviously I had all these indictments in the space of fucking 6 years. I don't mean like all of them, but I mean as there was about 4. 1, 2, 5 indictments, but 1 get dropped. And only 1 of them wasn't for violence. And all these violent offences all involve knives. So my sentence was 10 years with 6 years extended licence rather than an IPP, right? Because this was when they were dishing all these IPPs out. And the mad thing is, when I got that 16 year, I done 6 year 8 months and got out. So I still had like fucking 9 years left in my sentence that technically I was meant to do outside, but I was out for a year and 4 months. No, I think it might have been less than that. It was a year and a couple of months, right? And I got done with breach of the peace, right? Breach of the peace. Got recalled, and that was it. I was back in for another 8 year 3 months. So I've been in jail 4 times, but I had 2 sentences. So it's like getting a sentence, doing 2/3, getting out for a wee brief period, then back in to finish whatever was left of the remainder of the sentence. Then when the whole sentence was finished, back out, new sentence, then the same story, You know what I mean? So it's like 20-year sentences, but done like fucking maybe 17, 18, something like that, year out it. I don't count it, it's roughly that. Um, and hopefully, touch wood, it's my last, know what I mean? And I dare say it is, know what I mean? Because, fuck, I've never, longest I've been out for the age of 15's been like fucking a year and 7 months or something like that. Never been out longer than that. Now I've been out over 4 years now, and sometimes it's mad because I feel like it was almost like a bad dream I had. Like, especially when I consider the way I think and feel now, the way I conduct myself. Um, and don't get me wrong, I still have bad days, right? And when I say that, I don't mean like I'm fucking pure depressed and all. I just mean like days where I can't be fucked with it. But now I'm just living a pure different life now. Sometimes I feel like it's not even my life I'm living. It's like somebody else's. Or like I remember when I go out, I used to have a lot of nightmares. Like they come and go, but and it's always like me getting a lifer for nothing, like no reason, no even done anything. Um, and I think that was because I used to feel like, see this life I have now, it felt like it was borrowed. I was living on somebody else's fucking time. Know what I mean? Just mad. But as I said, like things have started happening now, and like I've started making this channel, and um, I've got like the right people around me. Well, saying that, obviously I still live where all my offending took place, but I don't really socialise there. Don't really socialise at all, to be honest. Um, but I definitely feel that since I've made this channel that I'm building my new life, and that it's really coming together, but especially with the amount of positive messages that I've received. So, um, so onwards and upwards and all that. Obviously, still got shit going on. Do you know what I mean? Um, Trying to get my kid's man to rehab and all this kind of stuff. She's still waiting on a bed coming up, but I got her to phone them today, and they said they'll definitely have a space within the next 2 weeks, but she's trying to get one earlier. Do you know what I mean? It's really, it's quite up. It can be quite upsetting. Know what I mean? Um, because listen, I'm the type of person, right? If I think you're evil, I couldn't really give a fuck what happened to you. Whether you had addiction or I couldn't give a fuck because evil begets evil, but she's no evil. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's just fucked up. Like myself a wee bit. You can sense the humanity in people. Um, so you help them. Do you know what I mean? And it's still my kid's ma, even though there's nothing there. Know what I mean? It's anything that happens to her affects him, and I've been through that with my dad when I was younger. So I wouldn't, if anything happened and it was down to something that I could have done, I don't know if I would kind of forgive myself. Do you know what I mean? Because then it's like I could have done this and that, but the thing with addiction, you can only hope in it. Kind of the same way. See, like I've always said, there's a lot of parallels between staying out of jail and staying off of drugs. Now, take away the physical thing, like, because people with addictions are like, they're rattling and, oh, they can't do with it. What I mean by that is, when you've committed crime, in any type of crime, I mean, and I'm not making it like fucking master criminal shit, I mean, you're used to responding to certain situations in a certain way. So for me, it was always with aggression, violence, threats, um, which can all lead to prison, obviously, and a lot of the times they do. And a lot of the time I see that as like, it wasn't an addiction, but it was, to me, it just has to be done. Doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Take the punishment. Um, because I felt that no dealing with it would make it worse. And I feel sometimes that there's a kind of parallel with that addiction, because it's like something triggers it and they feel they need to do it. I don't mean like I'm physically addicted to anything like that, behaving that way, but I mean as it's just thoughts, feelings, and behaviours in it. Um, I just see a lot of kind of parallels between that world and addiction and committing crime, or behaving in a criminal manner. Um, it's I've always said that. Um, but I hope that kind of clears things up. But as I says, there was kind of ideas for other videos and all that. So I've just been sitting kind of getting our stuff and all that. And there's a couple of other cases that I want to be talking about. One of them's this Glasgow fucking beast ring that's just been captured, and they're all due sentence. I'm going to do a video on that, 'cause that is just fucking sharp bait, you know what I mean? But there's a couple of ones I want to do in a video about, but I thought I would come on and just talk about this now, because obviously a few people had said we were watching videos and don't know why you were actually in prison. So I thought, for fuck's sake, man, I've not even done any videos about why I was in prison myself. So um, there it is, do you know what I mean? Like 4 year when I was 15, and 16 year when I was 21. The first one was for abduction, the second one was for attempted murder and serious assault. The 4 year was for abducting two social workers, and the 16 year was for a fight outside a pub that went fucking into overkill. You know what I mean? I was 15 when I get the 4 year and 21 when I got the 16 year, so I'm fucking 41 now. You know what I mean? I'm not no daft crazy fucking mad young boy anymore. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of kind of insight now, and I don't want to say wisdom, but compared to where I used to be, I've got a lot more than I fucking used to have. You know what I mean? But I hope that was kind of insightful, and um, it was interesting. But thanks for all the people that have subbed and watching and leaving positive comments and all that, because it is appreciated, and I do try and answer all the comments. I'm still fucking trying to figure out like how to navigate this YouTube, to be honest with you, but I'm fucking figuring out as I go along, know what I mean? So just bear ways in that. So I'm going to leave it there, and yours have a good night, and I'll be back on very soon. Take care.